How's it going, everyone? This is CentralCast, and welcome to something I've never actually done before. I haven't done anything like this. I'm just kind of curious. I just kind of had this idea. I found this thing on, myths, and I just, urban legends. And, I think I'm going to go ahead and read through these. Remember, if you watched videos, or if you saw some of the stuff I did back in October, I did a lot, the entire month of October, I read through short, scary stories, and I'm thinking on Wednesdays, I'm going to push away from the usual gaming, which is finally coming back because I had a lot of stuff happening. I think on Wednesdays, I'm going to start doing, I think I'm going to start doing, stuff like this, where I just random things, I'm thinking I might do a few, creepier ones, urban legends and stuff, because there's a lot of urban legends, and I love urban legends. There's some really cool urban legends. I think there's books, filled with urban legends. If there is, I want to get one. I want to look into it. But I'm just kind of scrolling through these, things. And it's kind of, I'm seeing some really creepy images. These are weird. But I see I just saw the last one, and that's what I'm familiar with, which, it's the rake, by the way, at the end. But this one, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's Tech or Teki. I'm going to assume it's Tech. I don't know for sure. If you know, you can put the pronunciations down in the comments. But the legend. A Japanese lady was sliced in half after falling onto railroad tracks. Her top half now runs around very quickly, using her hands as legs. And if she catches up with you, she'll slice you in half. Right, number 2. Dead Children's Playground. The legend. The spirits of children buried at the nearby Maple Hill Cemetery in Huntsville, Alabama, supposedly play at this park once it gets dark outside. The story says that children's bodies were found near the park in the 60s, while their souls remain. Number 3. Slit-mouthed woman. That is the creepiest picture I think I've ever seen. Okay. Legend. In Japan, there's a decent... I wonder how many of these are Japanese. There's some pretty good legends there. Urban legends there. I know of. But in Japan, a woman was mutilated by her husband and returned as a pissed-off spirit. She'll ask if you think she's pretty, and if you say no, she'll cut your face with scissors. Well, why would you say no to begin with? That's just rude to say no. Okay. Number 4. Charlie No Face. The legends. I don't know why I read the legend every time. It's there, and then there's a colon, and it's the legend. Who would have thought that the legend is after the words the legend? I'm just going to kind of skip this. Skip that and just go straight to the text. But Charlie No Face. A man with indistinguishable face... I messed that up. Indistinguishable... There we go. Facial features stalks this... I'm going to redo this. Okay. A man with stutter, please. Indistinguishable facial features stalks the roads at night, seeking unsuspecting couples in parked cars. The sad reality. Charlie was a real adored man who was disfigured and did enjoy taking night walks, but only because he was embarrassed to show his face in the day. Okay. Number 5, Devil's Tramping Ground. In Chatham County, I think that's how you pronounce it, North Carolina. There's a clearing in the woods in a perfect circular shape. The story says the devil goes there nightly and tramps around contemplating his next day's plans. Is that an actual thing? Yeah, I'm gonna look this up. Okay. Clearing in the woods. Where was that? No, I'm just gonna copy this. Oh, I can't. That's an image. Okay. Chatham County, North Carolina. Chatham County, North Carolina. Devil's Tramping Grounds. I'm seeing a bunch of images. This might be an actual thing, and this might be like a legend based off of that. Devil's Tramping Grounds apparently is the same thing. I don't know why I didn't type in Devil's Tramping Ground. Tramping Grounds. Based on this, I think it is an actual place, and there's just legends on it. Yeah, it's an actual thing, just like, it's an actual place. There's just a bunch of legends. I just see this image of this person putting their fingers up by their head, like putting their hands up by their head, like in like horn shapes. That's nice. But apparently that's an actual place, and there's a legend based on that. I did not know that. Okay, well, how are we doing on time? Okay, we're doing good. Okay. School number 4. The principal of this Florida school would call bad students to his office, and then never be heard from again, because he'd eat them. The reality is that it shut down because it was in a bad area. But still, I think there actually, like, not like this story, but I think there have been incidents in some schools where, like, or I know there's, like, a lot of schools where there's, like, things like that, where, like, there's, like, alleged, like, cases of, like, staff who, like, have, like, either killed them or, like, it's been coincidental. But, okay. Number 7, melon heads. That's weird. We're starting this one off great. In Holland, Michigan, children with head enlarging disease, hydrocephalus, were locked away in an asylum, but were released in the 70s. Now they were said to be feral and hide in the forest nearby. If you stand still in the area, you can supposedly hear feet running. Number 8, Menenangal. Probably how you pronounce that. They're pale, dark-haired women who live alone and don't go out in the daytime. But at night, they develop terrifying wings, grow long talons, and detach from their lower bodies in search of prey, to torture slowly by ripping them apart. You know, I did say, you know, that a lot of these are in Japan. Or, like, I wonder if a lot of these are going to be from Japan, because I know of a lot of urban legends from that area. And now it's just going into, like, a lot of these places are in America now. But this next one I've actually heard of, La Llorona. A woman named Maria drowned her kids to get revenge on her cheating husband, and then drowned herself. Now, if her ghost sees a child wandering around in the dark, she'll grab them and drown them. Where is that? Is that New Mexico? I've heard of this. Mexican folklore. Let's see. Location. Okay, I think it might just be like in that southern border kind of area. I think. Hispanic legend is what I'm seeing. I'm not sure the actual location for it though. I'm not gonna like sift through like websites to find it. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. This next one I've heard of. Like, there's like, okay, I'm gonna say this and then I'm going to like say what I've heard. Okay, number 10, black-eyed children. They wear clothes to cover their eyes and approach you in the dark. They'll ask for help with something, and you'll have a strange force come upon you that'll make you do whatever they ask. Sort of like they're controlling you. Oh, that's not the black-eyed children I've heard of. Like, what I've heard of is like there's like, or these might be the same thing, just like additional information. Like things that I've actually heard is like I've heard is like demons will kind of disguise themselves as like children, because and that's where the whole like little girl thing comes in, because they disguise themselves as something innocent and such, which yeah, that's what I've heard. It might be the same thing, it might not, who knows. 11, the Bunnyman Bridge. Wow. That's a little strange. In Fairfax, Virginia, people have supposedly seen a man dressed as a bunny under a railway overpass called the Bunnyman Bridge. In each version of the tale, he's holding a different weapon. That is very vague. Wow, I just scrolled through and I saw something weird. Or not weird, it's just creepy. Number 12, the California Nightcrawler / Fresno Aliens. Wow, really weird. Wow. It only appeared on video, but the Nightcrawler is about 4 feet tall and extremely skinny. There aren't stories of it hurting anyone, just creepily wandering about. I've seen, like, videos, because I love, like, horror type things and, like, footage and stuff. There's a decent chunk of them that are fake, but there are some creepy things you can find some, like, legitimately, like, creepy things on, like, night cams and stuff. Like, not necessarily, like, paranormal stuff, but you can, just, like, things in general. But, okay. Let's go ahead and move on. Number 13, The Girl in the Gap. That's got a really creepy picture. When you look into a hole or a crack in the ground, a girl will ask to play hide and seek with you. Then she disappears and then appears again. And this time she'll reach for you and drag you to another dimension. Well, the picture it shows, actually shows, shows under the covers, or under the bed, which that's not a risk for me, considering there's like a 1-inch gap between my bed and the ground, or the bed frame and the ground. So if you can fit under there, you need like the inverted version of Weight Watchers. You need to start gaining some weight, because that's just, if you're gonna fit in like a 1-inch gap, I think you need to get yourself a sandwich. Elsa Silbone. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Perhaps not. A young spoiled boy killed his father after his dad failed to bring home his favorite meal. As punishment, the boy is now an adult, doomed to walk the earth holding a bag of human remains for eternity. And if you cross him, you will die as well. So his punishment for killing someone is to kill others? That's weird. To, like, live all eternity, like, killing other people. That's strange. These things are quite interesting. I love urban legends. I wish these weren't so vague, though. I should have read through these. I kind of wanted to keep my, reactions to them, like, legitimate, so I didn't read through them. I just skimmed through them. I should have saw that, like, I should have saw if they were actually, like, they were less vague. I'll try to, if I do a part 2, which, by the way, if you want a part 2, just tell me, or I might just do it. I might just feel like it. Then I might go, like, try to find ones that are way less vague, that are more thorough about it all. But number 15, the Black Cadajo. Cadajo. I don't know how you pronounce that. I never know. The Black Cadajo appears to travelers with the intention of leading the travelers to their deaths. It usually appears in the form of a large shaggy dog with burning red eyes and goat's hooves. And speaking to the Cadajo will induce insanity. That's fun. That's fun. So you just bump into it and you're like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bump into you. You're trying to be respectful and it's like, oh no, I'm insane now. Yeah, that's nice. The Jersey Devil, I've heard about it before. It's a flying creature with hooves, born as a natural human, or as a normal human being to a mother of 12 other children. Legend says the creature is demonic and moves at a rapid pace, and it often is described as letting out a blood-curdling scream. Number 17, I've heard of this one, the Mothman. This giant moth/human hybrid with red eyes supposedly roamed Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Point Pleasant, that's a good TV show. It's a classic, or not really a classic. It's just an old TV show from the 90s. I think it was from, when was it from? I don't remember. In the late 60s, until a nearby bridge mysteriously collapsed and 46 people died. He hasn't been seen since. Oh. Alright, I gotta search this up. This is gonna annoy me. Point Pleasant release date. Release date. 2005. Never mind, it wasn't the 90s. 2005. There's some good TV shows from around that time, like 90s and then early 2000s. That's the peak for TV shows. There's stuff like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, True Calling, Angel. I don't know why I didn't say Angel afterwards. Point Pleasant, great show. Unfortunately, it was canceled. Like, it was on Fox, and they cancel a lot of shows. Just being honest. Number 18, I've heard of this one too, The Midnight Game. If you follow the instructions of the game, which must start at midnight and calls for a drop of your blood, you'll supposedly receive permanent mental scarring, and rumor has it there's a chance you can die from playing, even if you're just trying it for fun. I've heard of that. And the next one's the final one, but I've heard of it. There's ones on YouTube that are supposedly legitimate, but I always look at things with, like, a skeptic's eye. I haven't really watched them, but supposedly people have done it. As to if they're real or fake, who knows? Well, they do. They do. That's given. That's obvious. Why am I messing with the fan? Alright. This final one, number 19, the one I said I was familiar with, which I've actually been familiar with several of these. The Rake. The Legend. I said I would stop doing that. In 2003, a creature of unknown origins gave incredible discomfort and fear to anyone who came in contact with it, causing many people to actually kill themselves from the intense emotional effects it had on them. I've heard of that one. As I said, I wish these were, like, more thorough about them, but they're really vague. So, hopefully I'll have, like, if I do another part, which I think I probably will do, maybe next Wednesday, I might do something different next Wednesday, who knows. But traditional gaming stuff will continue from now on, except for Wednesdays. I think I'll do just something random, like I used to do, back when I actually had a schedule. And now it's kind of become what I feel like for that day. But anyway, tell me if you want to see more of these, or tell me something you want to see for a video, because I'm going to do kind of suggestions on these too. But thank you so much for watching, or listening, I mean. This is just a recording. Thank you so much for listening, and that is all for this time. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and comment, tell me any suggestions you have. Also, be sure to share and subscribe for the uploads. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.